they have no other player to play that position that Rashford's in right now, where it's the second 10.
Yeah.
There's no player that can do it.
Garnacho.
Other than Kobe. Garnacho can't do it.
Amorim's in. And I think a lot of people are thinking, let's get involved. We know Man United are, a sleeping giant. They've got some good players at the team. You not agree with that?
I'll let you finish.
Okay. They've got a lot of good players. Am I waffling here?
I'll let you finish.
All right, sleeping giant. They've got a lot of decent players and they've got a couple of good fixtures. Maybe they can turn it around and do pretty well over the coming game week. So let's just talk through a couple of the fixtures they've got coming up, particularly in the next two. So in the next two, Ipswich away. Mm-hmm. Nice. Mm-hmm. Very good, very nice. Everton at home in 13. Pretty decent. Arsenal away in 14. Forest at home in 15. Man City away at 16. Bournemouth at home in 17. But after that, it's not so bad. So we've got a couple of good fixtures. We've got a couple of tougher fixtures. But the best teams, the best players can beat anyone. Do Man United fit into that category? Or will they fit into that category?
It's a lot you've asked me here. There's a lot of questions in that. First of all, I just see isn't there like 3 injured players in the 11?
Listen,
Yoro's not fit. Shaw's never fit. And is Mainu fit?
Okay, right. I just want to put this out there because what we got on screen, guys, for audio listeners, is the potential Man United starting 11 when everyone is fit.
Okay.
So there are a couple of players that might not play every game. This is all predictions at this point. Got this from the Transfer Market website.
Just for the audio listeners, if I quickly run through it, it's a 3-4-2-1. Onana in goal, left centre back Martinez, right centre back Yoro, then De Ligt in between them, left wing back Luke Shaw, right wing back Diego Dalot, and then centre midfield Mainu and Ugarte. And then 2 10s, basically, of Bruno and Rashford. And then Rasmus Højlund up front.
Yes. So the way this would work is Rashford would kind of be a bit of a runner and Bruno would kind of come slightly more inside. So it operates kind of as a 3-man forward or 2 men behind the 1, or also the 1 in behind the 2 sometimes as well.
But if Rashford's the runner,
yeah,
what's Shaw doing?
Presumably an overlapper. So Rashford would...
Where's Rashford running if Shaw's overlapping?
Well, I mean, he could come inside. I think he would overlap. It might be interchangeable, but Rashford would move forwards, essentially, and Fernandes would move inwards.
Okay, but
so
where's Dalot and Shaw going?
So Shaw would still provide the width. Dalot would still provide the width.
So where's Rashford running to?
I don't know. Where's Rashford ever running to? If you watch Man United over the last few years.
Okay. I mean, first of all, Shaw's just never fit. I think there's a scenario where Garnacho plays there.
Rashford could also be Garnacho as well. Probably worth putting that one out there.
I don't think Rashford or Garnacho can play that position.
Okay.
Just my 2 cents. I mean, Kobe probably should be playing there. I think he'd be quite dangerous there. With Casemiro playing a bit deeper.
Quite negative, wouldn't it be? Because I don't think it's necessarily 2 10s. That might be a little overkill. So you'd have 1 10, which would be Bruno, and then the other guy would be a slightly more, the end game, rather than Fernandes being more of a build up.
So they won't survive with two midfielders in the hole, basically, is my point. So they need a box, which is why this system works.
Okay.
Rashford can't play in a box midfield.
No.
Yeah. So Rashford would be holding the wing.
Uh-huh.
But
so Shaw comes inside.
Yeah, so then Shaw could come inside in theory. But Shaw's never fit. Not going to be fit for the foreseeable future. So who's going to play? I don't know if that's
necessarily true, because he is back in training, as is Yoro. So
okay, I didn't know that. Mind you. But Shaw is not ready to play in the next minimum two fixtures. Right?
No.
Even if he's back in training.
No,
so
agreed.
That means Rashford or Garnacho is likely going to have to play there. Or Mazraoui.
Yeah. And one of the reasons I used this when everyone's fit potential 11 is because I know a lot of people will be looking at Mazraoui, will be looking at Dalot, but if everyone is fit, we don't really know if it's going to be Shaw on the left, Mazraoui on the left, Dalot on the right, Mazraoui on the right, Garnacho kind of playing deeper on the left, Garnacho playing instead of Rashford, slightly further forward. Where's Xerxes going to play in all of this? Is he going to get any minutes? So there is still a lot of question marks, and that's always the case when you get a new manager.
Yeah.
So we need to kind of discuss which of these players are actually secure in this system before we even start about talking whether we should bring them into our FPL teams.
I think the only players you can say are secure is Martinez.
Maybe because I can see a universe in which Shaw plays that left centre-back position. But
I think Martinez is kind of built for it.
He is.
Left-footed
more
defender,
likely Martinez.
aggressive, like stable, can hold. I don't know.
But Shaw has done really well in that kind of role before.
For who?
For Manchester United.
In a back three?
Not in a back three, but kind of. He's played centre-back in a back four.
When there was like no other solution.
Yeah. But like what I'm saying is he I think he's capable of playing that position well.
I guess if there's a debate there, then Martinez is not secure.
This is what I'm saying.
So then
even if you're 90%.
Ligt obviously isn't secure because Maguire can play there. Euro.
I don't know. I think De Ligt is one of the more secure players.
I'm not having that. De Ligt is more secure in his position than Martinez is in his.
All right, fine. We'll say they're both secure then.
Okay, I can live with that too. Euro, in theory, could be secure. I don't see a Maguire playing there. Some crazy world Martinez does. Some crazy world Dalot does. But I don't know. Euro just seems young, and I don't know, fitness being an issue. I'd be surprised if he just started walking in playing 90 minutes in a challenging position. But there we go. Dalot, very secure.
Is that true though? If Shaw's playing, and I would say that Mazraoui's had the far superior season to Dalot so far this season. So I don't know if that's true.
Ugarte?
Yeah, but like we're not talking about Ugarte, Manu, Casemiro for serious FPL options, are we?
Bruno?
Secure, 100%. Yeah.
We know Rashford's not going to be secure.
Rashford's not, no.
Højlund?
I think he is another one of the more secure players there as well. What do you think? It's out of him and Xerxes, realistically.
Yeah, he's probably more secure than some of the other 50-50s, but I'd be interested to see. I mean, we are assuming that Højlund's a better striker than Xerxes.
Yeah.
Based on very little, right?
Mm-hmm.
So possible. I think he'll definitely start earlier on, but I would not be stunned to see Xerxes sort of
challenging him a little bit
more, yeah. And then minutes start to become a little bit insecure.
Yeah.
But there's nothing here other than like the defensive midfielders where you think 100% guaranteed.
Well, Bruno. Well, the question is...
and Bruno.
The question is whether Bruno actually plays in a slightly deeper role. I think that's highly unlikely he plays in the deeper role. I think he's built for this role in this system, to be perfectly frank, and I think he'll thrive in it, which is why I love Bruno as a pick so much right now.
Yeah.
But there's a small chance.
It's scary because, like, my team played a box for a very long time. If you're having a free player, you need a lot of structure around it. They have no other player to play that position that Rashford's in right now, where it's the second 10.
Yeah.
There's no player that can do it.
Garnacho.
Other than Kobe. Garnacho can't do it.
He's young enough and malleable enough that I think he can learn the position.
His skill set is not that. He's not a player who's technical, who can work under close control. He's not a player who's like knows how to find a pass. He's not a player like that. He's a wide player and a very good wide player.
Just be careful about disrespecting the Man United star boy, because as we mentioned, 25% of people listening right now are probably Man United fans.
Well, 25% of the people listening are about to hear the truth. But that's my obviously personal opinion, but I just don't see Garnacho being able to play that position. I don't see Rashford being able to play that position either, by the way.
Well, someone's got to. And they're just going to have to do it.
Yeah. Genuinely, I think Kobe is the person who's the player who's best suited to play it. He's shown his skill set for that kind of position.
Well, fair play on the early shout on Manu, but I mean, we're not going to pick him in FPL. We're just not.
Well, not now.
No. So I think the conclusion here really is that Bruno, from an FPL perspective, I think you're good to go for him now. Absolutely fine to go for him now. Small amount of risk, but not really any more than you'd see with any other player in the world of football. The centre-backs are probably reasonably okay to go for. You could go for a Dalot or a Mazraoui, but you have to understand you're taking a risk when you're doing that. And Højlund, we are going to cover the mid-price forwards shortly, very, very shortly, in fact. So we'll come back to Højlund. But in general, are you picking Man United players right now? If you are, for me, it's Bruno is the only player I'd be confident picking. If you want to take a risk, go for Dallo or Mazraoui. You could go for a centre-back. And we are actually going to cover De Ligt a little bit later on as well, for a centre-back to pick up. I don't know. Is there anything else in there? Are we just saying Bruno or nothing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, even Bruno, it'd be at least one game wait and see, so I can see something. But everyone else, other than arguably Martinez, I'd probably at least give it a week.
Fair enough. I think in fairness to Man United, like in general, we are. I can see a lot of us picking up some Man United players, but we just need to figure out how is this going to work. First of all, who is going to thrive in this system? Who is going to be secure for minutes? You know, this is the information that we need to gather before jumping the gun on too many things. I think we know enough with Bruno that you could maybe go there. There are some risky picks in there, but there's not really too much secure outside of our Portuguese Magnifico.